Okay, to continue with Kiddush HaChodesh. So you learned, okay, you say the first paragraph, Hallelujah, you look at the moon, you put your feet together, you say the bracha, then you jump up 3 times, say Baruch you say Yesem Be'er B'Keinech, that whole paragraph. And when you say that my only enemy should not be able to touch me, you touch your teeth. This is gula for toothaches. And then you say David Melch Yisrael Chai V'Kaim 3 times, and then you say Shalom Aleichem to 3 different people. Now, if you have 3 different people, you say to each person separately. If you have only 1 person with you, you say it to that 1 person 3 times. If you have nobody with you, you say it to yourself 3 times. Or let's say sometimes people do it at home. I'm not joking though. If they do it at home, they'll say it to their wife or kids 3 times, Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Shalom. Now, why don't we make a Shechiyanu when we do Kiddush Levana? Okay, it's a mitzvah. You do, and the same question is really another mitzvah Rabbanon is halal. So why don't you do a Shechiyanu when you say halal? So there's 2 reasons for that. There's a Magen Avram that says on a mitzvah that happens more than once a half a year, you don't say Shechiyanu. So that's simple. I mean, halal you say monthly, so you don't, obviously Kiddush Levana is also monthly. So you don't have a reason to make Shechiyanu. But even according to the poskim that hold that if it's in a month, you also say Shechiyanu. The difference is, though, Kiddush Levana sometimes could be within the month. You don't necessarily have 30 days to have, so therefore the din is you don't make a Shechiyanu by Kiddush Levana. By the way, just to explain, there's an expression in English, they say, I see him once in a blue moon. Now, what is the expression blue moon? It has to do with this, by the way. What is the expression? What's a blue moon by definition? So, a definition of a blue moon is when there's 2, only Jews will understand this. When there's 2 full moons in a secular month. Like if the full moon will be on the beginning of January, then 29 and a half later, the 31 day, you'll have 2 full moons, right, within 1 solar month. So it doesn't happen a lot because usually it doesn't work out that way. But that's the concept. Okay, we learn you don't do it under the...
Why do we say Shalom Aleichem?
Why do we say Shalom Aleichem? The purpose of saying Shalom Aleichem is... No, there's a reason for it. 1 second. No, 1 second. Okay, Gimel Pamim. No, it doesn't say. I don't have to look it up to see if there's a... I don't know. What?
The person who initiates Shalom Aleichem also says Aleichem Shalom. What is that? Same thing?
That's the way it's done. Okay, now why? B'chlal, the Rebbe mentioned this many times also. 2 Jews can never agree. You tell a Jew, Shalom Aleichem, first Shalom, then Aleichem. What does he answer you? Aleichem Shalom. The opposite of the way what you said. So you're saying also Shalom Aleichem to yourself. It's also, I don't know why the minig is. That's the minig though, that everybody says Shalom Aleichem.
Is one of the names of Hashem Shalom?
Shalom is one of the names of Hashem. And therefore, unlike people do, when you come into a mikveh and you didn't see somebody, you say Shalom Aleichem. In a mikveh, you're not allowed to say Shalom Aleichem. In a bathroom, you're not allowed to say Shalom Aleichem. In fact, there's a question in Halacha, it's Chuvas written about this. What happens if a guy's name is Shalom? That's his name. And he's in the bathroom. Can you say, hey, Shalom, hurry up? So then they write, because it's a name of a person, so then you're allowed to say that in a bathroom or a shower or in a mikveh. But you're not allowed to say Shalom Aleichem in a mikveh because Shalom is actually a name of Hashem. If you read the book of Rosh, it says when Boaz met the workers, and then this is what the Gemara says, in the time of the Bais Hamikdash, they used to do this. They didn't say Shalom Aleichem in the time of Bais Hamikdash. They would say Hashem Aleichem, Yud Kei Vav Kei, they would pronounce it, Hashem Aleichem. That's you have in the book of Rosh. Many times you found Boaz said to the workers, Hashem Aleichem. Now, because we're not in that same level, so we're not allowed to say Hashem Yudkei Vav, okay? So we say Shalom Aleichem, which is Shalom is also one of the names of Hashem. But it's not one of the non-erasable names of Hashem. In other words, if you have Shalom Aleichem, you could erase it. Because it's...
the name Shalom.
What?
Shalom, it says.
No, Shalom itself is also not a name that you're not allowed to erase. You're allowed to erase Shalom. But still, in the bathroom, the place like that, you're not allowed to say it.
Isn't there a connection?
Huh? Shalom Aleichem doesn't mean peace on you. That's where it's translated into English. Shalom Aleichem is the takeover from Hashem Aleichem. So Shalom, the Gemara says, the Shmei Shal Kodesh Baruch Hu, Shalom. Shalom Shmei.
Aren't you sanctifying Hashem? When you do Kiddush Levani, in a sense, you're sanctifying Hashem's name. In a certain sense, it's sanctification of the moon, is what I'm saying.
I understand that, but you have that by every mitzvah also.
Can you say shalom?
What?
Just shalom.
In a mikveh?
Like shalom, shalom.
No, because again, over there you're referring to it as...
Peace, not shalom aleichem. You say shalom
If you say, 1 minute, if somebody's in the mikveh and they say it should be shalom in Eretz Yisrael, then you're allowed to say it. Because over there you mean peace. But shalom aleichem doesn't mean peace upon you.
Not shalom aleichem, shalom. Or you say shalom, shalom. Like you
I understand, but what are you saying shalom? Are you just... Again, if you're saying it as an abridged shalom aleichem, then you're not allowed to say it. If you want to say shalom, peace in Israel or this, then you could say it. If you want to just go into mikveh and say shalom, but like, what are you saying it for?
Say hi.
And you can say shalom al Yisrael. What does shalom al Yisrael also mean?
Shalom Yisrael is a different issue. It's a pasuk.
Yes. Okay, you're right.
It's a part of a pasuk. You can't say part of a pasuk in the bathroom either.
So we have Shalom Pizza.
Shalom pizza, yeah. If you want to say, I'm going to shalom pizza, that you could say.
The guy's name is Shalom.
Huh?
The guy's name is Shalom.
I told you, if the guy's name is Shalom, you could say Shalom in the mikveh. So Tshuva Ramesh about this. It's a shayla asked in Tshuva. So you're allowed to call somebody Shalom in the mikveh. And he says yes. Because you're not talking about Hashem, you're talking about the name of a guy. Okay. Now, it's also preferred to do Kiddush Levana with a minyan, with a tzibur. Man, according to many opinions, if it's 3 people, it's also called a tzibur for Kiddush Levana. There's a concept that's called Reiv Am Hadras Melech. When you do a mitzvah with a lot of people, it beautifies the mitzvah. So in fact, there's a very famous shaila which is connected to this also with Bris Milah. There's two concepts in halacha. One din is Zriza Magdimim LeMitzvahs. You do a mitzvah, the quicker, the sooner, the better. That's why it said, we learn it out from Avraham Avinu, when Hashem told him to bring Yitzchak, Yitzavayashkim Avam Babeker. From here the Gemara says, Zriza Magdimim LeMitzvahs, not before Alois HaShachar, because he got up in the morning.
First name.
What is that?
6:15.
What is the first minute? Never heard of it.
Yashkem of Amabayt.
Now you have another concept in Allah. Reiva Am Hadras Melech. When you have a lot of people, it beautifies the king. So now the question is like this. I have 2 options. I could do a bris in the morning, so then it would be Zriza Magdimim LeMitzvahs. Or I could do it in the afternoon, well I have more people. So which one's better to do? So there's a big argument in Poskim. What outweighs what? Is Zriza Magdimim LeMitzvahs outweigh, or does Reiva Am Hadras Melech? By the way, in a lesser sense, there's a very interesting difference in Sephardic custom and Ashkenazi custom for the same exact reason. For instance, by the Sephardic custom, if you have a family, only the head of the household makes Kiddush. Nobody else will make Kiddush. They dafka don't. Only the head of the household makes Kiddush. In other places, in Ashkenazi communities, most of the time, unless they don't want to, but everybody will make their own Kiddush. The same thing by Pesach, the same argument by different customs. By Pesach, only the head of the household has the Seder plate. That's it. Nobody else has the Seder plate.
Everyone else drinks 4 cups of wine.
Huh?
Everyone else also drinks 4 cups of wine.
Yeah, that's a mitzvah. We're talking now, there's no mitzvah to have your own Seder plate. So now the question is it better to one person to have it? So that's Reiva Am Hadras Melech, meaning they're all part of this one Kiddush, They're all part of this one Seder plate. Or is it better that each person does it on their own? So it's basically a difference between Sephardic custom and Ashkenazi custom. If you do one, does for everybody, or each one does on their own. So now the question is like this. What happens if a guy sees the moon? Should he do Kiddush Levana right away because there's reason Makdimim LeMitzvah? Or should he wait until later on? He'll go to shul. There'll be a...
How do you know you have a moon, Rabbi? It might be cloudy.
It's not talking about Russia. Let's say you're in LA where it's not, you know it's going to be a moon later. So there's all discussion in halacha, which one do you do? The pearl, the minig is you do it right away. The Rebbe says the difference between bris and this. Bris has to be besimcha, whatever. It's different. I'm just bringing it up.
So when you're doing it after Shabbos, only because you want Shabbos clothes, not do it very
Both things. Then you have two things. Number one, you dress Shabbosdik. Plus, you have more people. But what happens if somebody has during the week a bigger minyan than Shabbos? Could happen. You have a bigger minyan Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then, so again, you still do it Mitzvah Shabbos because then you dress. The main reason is because you dress with Shabbos dicker clothing.
Why is it that you have to have to see the
Huh?
moon? Why is it that you have to have that be seen?
How?
It's covered with cloud. You know, behind the cloud, you know for sure there's a moon.
I understand, but the mitzvah is Auriyas. Shereya halavana bechadusha. The Mishnah says you have to see the moon. The question is, to what extent you have to see it. So we learned if you see the shadow of the moon, the form of the moon, it's good enough b'diavad. But you have to see the moon.
On the other axis, it's just
First of all, the whole mitzvah is midrabanan. It can't be minatei.
no. It's not. Wait a second.
I'm talking kiddush levan is midrabanan.
That's not.
But the mitzvah chedush has halachem. Of course, the Edom need to see the moon. They can't see it behind the clouds. If it's cloudy, you're not going to see the moon. They can't come and testify. Yeah, most probably there's a moon there. Can't testify. Okay, the best thing is to do it in Hebrew, but if not, you could do it in any language. Okay, now the question is like this. Okay, we have a few minutes
If
left.
you did it without seeing it, if you did it roughly,
Yes, sir. So even though l'cha'era, halachically, zealousness outweighs more people, the pearl, the minig is by a bris. The Rebbe said this in it's printed already. The Rebbe said the minig is to do it in the afternoon with more people, because the whole inyan is simchas. Sasa nechi al imrasacha. David HaMelech was excited about the bris, the inyan of simcha. So it's more simcha when you have more people than when you do it early in the morning. So over there where there's the inyan of simcha, to be happy and more people make it a happier festive thing, so it's better. It's not only that, in the morning you get away with bagels and cream cheese, but in the afternoon you have to serve prime rib. So it's cheaper in the morning.
It's better to serve meat.
It is, but okay. Now, what happens? Okay, we said it before. You daven Meir first, and then you do Kiddush Levana. Why do you daven Meir first and then Kiddush Levana? So there's two things. Meir is every night, so it's Tardiv Shena Tardiv. It's more common, less common. The more common comes first. Secondly, Shema is a biblical mitzvah, and Kiddush Levana is a rabbinic mitzvah. But what happens if you're afraid you're going to lose the moon? It's becoming cloudy. You see a moon, and you're afraid there's not going to be a moon in a few minutes. Should you do Kiddush Levana first, or should you do Maida first? So the question is, according to some poskim, the question is, does a mitzvah deraisa, a biblical mitzvah, come before a rabbinic mitzvah? Which is machlek is Alter Rebbe Shabbos. But there's another aspect over here. There's what's called mitzvah iveres. If you're going to lose out the mitzvah, if you don't do it now, so then you don't do the biblical mitzvah first. You don't do the more common mitzvah first. That's why Lamashal dealt the same question by Bedikas Chametz. What do you do first, Ma'ariv or Bedikas Chametz? So if you daven with a minion, you're supposed to do Ma'ariv first and then B'dikas Chametz. If you daven by yourself, you're supposed to do B'dikas Chametz first, then Ma'ariv. Why? Because the mitzvah B'dikas Chametz is to do it right after sundown, and right before nightfall. If you do it later, then you're losing out that aspect of the mitzvah. Therefore, it's called mitzvah iveris. Talter Rebbe is a whole kuntzach nochas pesach about this. It's called mitzvah iveris. So then you would then do b'dikas chametz first. If you daven with a minion, then it's a whole different story.